I'm just at a point in my life where, one, my school's never going to be in this, but two...
I never say never.
No.
Group of 6. Auto bid.
Who's ready?
Auto bid.
Who's ready?
Doesn't matter. He's gonna die at some point. He'll move on. 20 years in the future. You never know.
But Oregon being as relevant and good as they've been, I'm just kind of at a point now where I kind of get a chuckle out of the second or third week of rankings of a playoff situation when you still got all these games to get played.
It usually plays itself out on the field.
Poll question is up, by the way, at Dirt and Sprague. Duck fans, do you hope Alabama coming to Eugene is the home playoff game they get? That was what the playoff committee had last night. The 10-7 is Oregon, Alabama. And look, I don't know who votes on our poll questions. I would just say, like, if this ends up being a no as a vote, you're either an absolute coward or... Yeah, that's really the only alternative.
The only thing I would say is the Alabama game. It would be glorious.
Yes.
It's also not far and away better than two other alternatives. They're all equal footing to me. Like the first thing you would say is, well, it'd be nice to have an auto win. Give me a group of get the 5 seed, give me a group of 6 team or something. Play, who was it last year? Who was the group of Boise State? They got a bye.
This is
like
easy for me to
SMU
say.
or something like right. You want an easy win.
I
right?
want the best game.
Totally get it. Totally get it. And I agree with you. Right. Like if
Yeah.
you're going to win a title, you're going to have to beat hard teams, so you might as well get one out of the way.
Right.
Alabama coming would be glorious. It would be phenomenal. It would be great. I also can't say that's exponentially better than Notre Dame coming to Hudson Stadium in December or the potential idea of Mario Cristobal making his return. So there's like 3 in there that I'm like, if you tell me that's the first, they got to get there first. They got to beat USC first, and then they got to beat Washington next week. But if you get there and that's either of those would be a phenomenal game.
Mario, I'll give you. Maybe I should have done which of the 3 would you want the most.
Because last week the matchup was Oregon and Notre Dame in their hypothetical bracket.
Part of the Mario thing is Miami sucks on the road. They have no real offense to speak of.
Oh, I'd feel better about beating Miami, yeah.
Right, and I think that's a revenge / it's easier for us. Notre Dame is just as much the brand as Alabama in the sport, but I think the Kalen DeBoer wrinkle to it makes that a little better than Notre Dame.
It's just the idea of Notre Dame playing a game at Autzen Stadium.
I think
Alabama
or
playing
Alabama,
a game. Or
right.
Miami playing a game. Like any of them I'm totally fine with.
Yeah, more home playoff games.
Yes, that's desperately what we need.
Here was Greg McElroy, former Bama quarterback, on Oregon and where they come in on the committee.
The big thing for me is, my goodness, man, a close loss, -3 turnovers at home. You lose by 2, you miss a field goal, and you drop 6 spots.
Don't lose to Florida State.
So the precedent now, with what they just did to Alabama, if you're Oregon, if you're a team that messes around, if you're Ole Miss, you better win out. I mean, you don't want to take any chances because a 6-slot slide from the 6th spot or the 7th spot would have you out of the field, and the committee just did it to Bama, so they'll do it to you.
Are we forgetting that they lost to Florida State? That game happened. What's Florida State's record?
Ooh, I actually don't know it right now.
I don't even know if I can tell you off the top of my head either.
Is it 4 wins?
Let me go pull it up. Have they won a conference game?
I think they... I haven't followed Florida State.
They have won 2. Credit to them. They're 5-5.
5-5.
And 2-5 in conference play.
They're also going to win a championship. Norvell wants you to know that.
Yes, don't
we
worry.
could do a segment at some point this week. Who has been worse in giving a public comment, Norvell or Beamer?
You see what he said
Because
yesterday?
Beamer was like, we will be here next year at this point.
Won't. No, you won't.
You're getting fired, buddy.
No, you won't. Look, Alabama has better wins than Oregon. Totally get it.
4-1.
The resumes are different,
yeah,
right?
Against the top-ranked teams.
Couple of things here. One, Oregon does need to win this weekend. There's no guarantee you make it. If you lose, USC jumps ahead of you in the standings, right? And then who knows how the rest of it shakes out. So it's a must-win game for them. I agree with that ultimate point. This the idea of how could Alabama fall? How could Alabama fall? You lost to one of the worst teams in the ACC in Florida State in dominant fashion in the first week of the season. And then we're doing the thing that we always do with the SEC. Like, look at the gauntlet that they went through. Look at all the rank wins that they have. You know what 2 of their rank wins are? Missouri and Tennessee.
Yeah, who just...
The Georgia win is one
in.
of the best wins of the college football season.
Yeah, at Georgia.
Totally get it.
Yep.
That's great. Vanderbilt is still in the mix to be a playoff team. That's a very good win. Tight competitive game. They pulled away late. This idea that, they had to go on the road to Missouri. How did they survive? Like, come on, man. The only reason Missouri's ranked in the top 25 is because they're Missouri and they're in the SEC.
Well, I think it's because they need Bama.
They need ranked wins.
I don't think they care about
If Missouri loses to Oklahoma this weekend, guess what happens? Yeah. They're not ranked anymore, and then it's not a top 25 win anymore. So I just...
Trying to find...
How could Alabama fall? They lost to a terrible Florida State team. That happened.
Trying to find... Swag, can you look see if you can find this. What would the point spread be if Alabama came to Eugene?
Pate had it yesterday, 4.5.
Oh, according to the FanDuel
He
lines.
reached out to FanDuel on the hypothetical lines.
So Bama
Oregon
would be 4.5, right?
Oregon would be 4.5.
I'm taking those points.
I'm just following.
Plus 4.5, yes, please.
Gamble on whatever you want to gamble on, buddy.
Where would you?
I mean, you know where I would go. I'm picking my team. I'm picking against my team.
All right, well, can you
In a playoff game?
Can you separate yourself for
no,
a minute?
Not at this point. No. We are one and the same. My multiple identities
Heels are dug.
They are locked in at this point. Nothing has
They've
changed.
merged.
Once the season's over, we'll unmerge again, and we're like, wow, what the hell happened there, guys? Would you guys know the playoff season's over? What happened?
Diet Johnson and Dirt Johnson have merged.
We're one and the same, man.
Swag called Dirt yesterday Diet on our group chat.
You did, yeah. You called me Diet
didn't
last
mean
night.
to.
Yeah.
That auto.
Hey, it's all right. I still my big one that is always auto-corrected is the F word instead of ducks. I type that in all the time, and I accidentally send it.
No, my autocorrect goes from me typing the F.
Mine
to the
doesn't
ducks.
change. Mine stays the F word sometimes.
Mine won't let me.
Yeah,
It's like I'm prohibited.
Maybe I've cussed so many times that they just stopped. They gave up.
You would like Oregon minus the 4 against Alabama?
I don't know if I'd like a minus the 4. I also think Alabama is I think we saw it this weekend. Like Alabama's been walking a tightrope for 2 months, man. Like I understand that their resume is better than Oregon's. I'm not disagreeing. Well, actually, right now it's not because they got 2 losses and they lost to Florida State. Mm-hmm. But their quality wins are better than Oregon's. I also they were very fortunate to survive South Carolina. They were very fortunate to survive Missouri. If Pribula sees an open receiver at the end of that game, they have a great chance of losing that game.
South Carolina game, they had to come back.
They had to come back.
Sure,
And the Georgia game was a toss-up that easily could have gone either way. Now Alabama dropped a wide-open touchdown, but so did Georgia at the end of that game, so you could have gone either way. Like, they've been walking a tightrope. Alabama can't run the football. That's been their big bugaboo.
Big problem.
And so when their passing game isn't perfect, their offense can look clunky. Their offensive line hasn't been great. So, like, you tell me you like Alabama to cover the number, even win the game. I'm not batting an eye at you.
Yep.
I also don't look at this Alabama team and say, oh my God. Like, this isn't 2018 Nick Saban Alabama. That's an unbeatable roster.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I find as a fan, and this goes to the ranking situation, that's where I kind of find all of this kind of impossible, because I can say I like Alabama to cover a 4.5 number, maybe even to win the game, but it would be in Eugene. It'd be a playoff game, so we know Autzen would probably have record-breaking noise going on.
God, can you imagine a late December game at Autzen with Alabama in town?
There'd be a ton of Bama fans here, and Autzen would be rocking. Oh my God, what an atmosphere that would be. And I can see Alabama's resume and say, I just think they're more battle-tested.
Yeah,
I do.
Totally
but they also have the Florida State loss. They just shot themselves in the foot 18 times, it felt like, on Saturday. Lost to Oklahoma. Had to come back at South Carolina. Whereas Oregon's schedule, and it's not necessarily, I saw a Bama fan get mad at their schedule, like as if when did they schedule their Oklahoma State game? That wasn't last year.
Oh, a decade ago.
Okay,
That's
so
been on
like,
the books
who
forever.
knows that Oklahoma State is going to be such dog crap? Yeah. Like, the guy was like, well, what's the point of scheduling non-conference games? Let's just get patsies like they got.
Florida State is a patsy.
Good.
Florida State is literally a patsy this year.
Well, and then he argued with somebody who said that, and he's like, they were undefeated 2 years ago. 2 years ago. My point is, I can look at Bama and say, I think they're more battle-tested.
Yeah, totally fair.
And I think Oregon's strength of schedule isn't necessarily that great, and I think a lot of teams in the Big Ten are garbage water.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm right either. And I think that's the tough thing, and the best thing about that sport right now is how close a margin it really is. And some think Ohio State, maybe Indiana, maybe A&M now, those teams have separated from a group, whereas I don't fully subscribe to that yet.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
agree with you.
I might need to even get to the first round of the playoff to gauge how I feel on that topic. But yeah, that's interesting. I think Alabama at Oregon, Kalen DeBoer landing 0-3 against him, the talent composite situation there, who wins, whose weaknesses, like that. That's just the matchup for me as a sports fan. Leave me alone with that game on my television. I want nothing to do with anybody.
I would want the Friday night game in that scenario. Give me the standalone game. I want that to be a night game.
That would be awesome.
Hopefully.
That would be awesome.
The other funny thing about this entire conversation, and it goes back to the point of why we don't, yell about these the way that we used to, is Oregon going to win this weekend?
I tend to think that they will. And
do they win in Seattle?
No,
Does
I get
Alabama
it.
lose the Iron Bowl? Like,
right.
That's the fun part about debating all of this and talking about it is we don't even know if let alone either team's going to be in the playoffs.
And I hear you there, and I agree with it, but I still think this is why I like it, is the idea of matchups.
Yeah, they give you the hype.
Right?
When they show you the bracket, it moves for everybody.
Like Notre Dame and Bama being on the bracket with Oregon makes people excited.
Not to mention in this scenario, they would get it if they beat Alabama. Your next game would be a redemption game because you would play in that scenario Indiana.
Now, where would that bowl game be?
I don't know.
It's like, what are the four?
We were
this
talking
year?
about this yesterday. I don't know how they decided.
You have the cotton, sugar, orange, and rose will be the quarterfinal sites.
So Indiana would get the second closest location to them.
And that's what I didn't know if they gave each team a pick of where they wanted to go. Is it regionally
I can't remember
based?
if they assign it.
Conference affiliation?
Oregon was the one
get
last
the
year.
pick.
They played at the Rose Bowl.
They did, yeah.
So that was, I think they try to give the rankings.
So Ohio State, if they are the one, would probably choose
they would either
the Rose Bowl, I would assume.
Well, but that might be wrong too, because remember, Washington had to go to the Sugar to play Texas, and everyone's like, yo.
Yeah.
It's right there
That's
next
why
to
so
Texas.
I don't know what the answer would be there. It could be any of them. But those are your 4 locations for the next round.
I'll put that up as a poll question as well. According to Pate, a Bama-Oregon playoff game would be 4.5. Oregon minus the 4.5. Where would you lay a bet on that one? Just out of curiosity.